What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another Prizepicks NBA player props video. This one gonna be breaking it down. We have a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gamer tonight. So excited to get into it. I'm gonna be giving you guys 4 picks today, as I have 4 that I really do like, some fantasy score props for you. All going to be studs and all going to be overs. So I know most people love, rooting for those all-star overs. And I have 4 that do have some good value on them tonight that I've already locked into some tickets over in the VIP with my VIP members, guys. If you are going to be very serious and you're looking to really ramp up your game, you've been watching the content and you want more picks from me, you can get access to every single one of my picks as soon as I place them with the premium content. That will be linked below in the description. Hit on another 6-man over there this weekend in the NFL. We've been in fuego. We hit a couple NBA tickets in a row, and then now it's been NFL. We've just been hot. Like, I've hit one in the last 4 days. Yeah, the last 4 days with Thanksgiving, I've hit 3 6-man NFLs. We had this Green Bay Detroit Lions stack that cashed. We had the Miami Dolphins in New York Jets game that cashed. And then we had a nice Jacksonville Jaguars Houston Texans 6-man this weekend that cash. So these are all plays that I give out in the Discord as soon as I place them, guys. That is linked below in the description. It is patreon.com/KJK_DFS. If you want to become a KJK DFS VIP member, that's the one where you get access to all of my tickets as soon as I place them. All sports, all apps. It is $49.99 a month. That equates to $1.66 a day. As you can see, been making a lot more than that. So if you're someone that's playing Prizepicks every single day, you need to hop in there as soon as you can. The winner circle was flooded, guys. Once again, I mean, these are all guys that tailed that ticket. The last drop of 5 into 125. Patrick with some nice NBA cash as well. And the tickets are all going to be coming up right here. Sean with 5 into 125 in the winner circle. We had D3000 AMF with 10 into 250 of that same ticket. Ed the Fred with 50 into 1250. So obviously this was our big hitter this weekend for the NFL action. 20 into 500 for Tommy S. A lot of happy people over there in the winner circle. So if you've been tuning in, you're someone that's really serious about Prizepicks and you haven't joined or you weren't aware of that, that's where you want to be. But I'm going to give you 4 today for this video because this slate is loaded. And I usually give out 2 picks, but I feel really good about these. The fantasy score props are dropped. Those are going to be talking about today so that hopefully everyone can tail on the channel because the non-fantasy score props that I've locked in have already all gotten bumped. So let's talk about it. We'll get my game as we always do. And the first game that I would like to discuss is going to be this Atlanta Hawks Cleveland Cavaliers game. This game has a massive 237.5 over under. It's a 4-point spread in favor of the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have their stud and Donovan Mitchell back tonight, and he's the first guy that I would like to touch on. 120.75 implied total for the Cleveland Cavs. They're expected to put up a huge total, and Donovan Mitchell's usage and fantasy point production this season has been fantastic. 30% usage rate, that leads all shooting guards on the slate. He's putting up 1.27 fantasy points per minute, 27 points per game, 5.3 assists per game. As far as his fantasy points per game, 46.1. So Donovan Mitchell's been the real deal. He was hurt. He's come back from injury. He's playing 35.9 minutes per game at the shooting guard position. Once again, that leads all shooting guards on the slate. So not only is he going to produce at a high rate, he's going to give you a lot of minutes. And then, of course, with this game having a huge total, the pace is expected to be very friendly for us here tonight. Fastest pace slate on the game with a 101.2 projected pace. So these are all great things. Donovan Mitchell's fantasy score is misrepresented, in my opinion. He's had a couple bad games here as of late. So when you pull up the game logs, they are certainly going to look a little bit ugly to you, but he's due for some positive regression here. It's Donovan Mitchell, absolute stud. I'm not concerned. This is the type of game where he can get right. He's been back for 2 games. He's played 35 minutes and 34 minutes respectively. You can see 4 for 17, 4 for 18. He's had some bad shooting nights. Still contributing in the rebounds and assists, just the shooting hasn't quite been there. The blocks and steals, he's been getting like 1 steal a game in those games, but he's not turning the ball over. I think it's just a matter of kind of shaking off that rust a little bit. And this is the game to do it. Like I said, massive 237.5 over under. It's a great matchup. As far as the latest on Donovan Mitchell, as far as where I have him projected, I've got him going out there and getting in the mid 40s. So Prizepicks has his line set in the lower 40s. I think it's misrepresented. It's simply too low. Want to make sure I attack it. It did get bumped, 41.5. So he was at 40.5 before. I hit the record button. Shocker, my plays are going to get bumped like crazy every day, it seems. But I'm still going to promote the play because, like I said, I've got him in the mid to upper 40s. And this is the kind of game environment where he can hit a ceiling. So I'm not too concerned about that 1 point bump. This is just going to happen every video, it seems. But if I didn't like the play enough to where, if it got bumped and I was concerned, I'd let you guys know. I'm not concerned. I still think he hits this number. So I did get this in at 40.5 for my VIP members. But honestly, I might be locking him into some tickets at 41.5 as well. So that'll be pick number 1. Love that pick here to get us started. And then once again, got 3 more for you. We'll go down to the next game that I like. It's the Toronto Raptors taking on the Brooklyn Nets. I got another guy projected way over. It's going to be Scotty Barnes taking on the Brooklyn Nets. This game has a 222.5 over-under, not as much of a heavy implied total, but the Toronto Raptors have one of the most predictable rotations in the NBA. They play their starters a lot of minutes. I love that. Scotty Barnes' fantasy point production has really taken a significant leap this season. He has certainly become a much better player, developing every year, obviously. He leads all small forwards on the slate tonight with 1.31 fantasy points per minute as far as his production. That's better than Anthony Edwards. That's better than Chris Middleton. That's better than Jimmy Butler. That's better than Jaylen Brown, Zach LaVine. All these big names you're seeing, Scotty Barnes has been producing at a better rate, and he's playing 34.4 minutes per game. So, he's going to play in the mid-30s. The fantasy point production has been fantastic, once again, with Scotty Barnes. And very similar to what we just discussed with Donovan Mitchell, a guy that I have going out there getting up into the mid-40s, and Prizepicks doesn't have him set at that line. So it's just too low in my opinion. For sure for Scotty Barnes here, 37.5. So, this one hasn't gotten bumped yet. Hopefully it doesn't. You look at his game logs. He's hit this in 2 of the last 3, 38.8 fantasy points per game over that. Donovan Mitchell, we already kind of discussed him, hasn't had a good game the last couple times out, but this game environment should be able to help him out. Same with Scotty Barnes. They've been involved in some blowouts as well, I believe, as of late, if I can recall. Let me just pull it up, make sure I'm not lying to you. But regardless, I obviously really like the play. Scotty Barnes, 33, 33, 39, yeah. Games have been staying somewhat close, but you can see he's got the upside to go out there and play in the upper 30s if it's really staying close. Up-pace game like the Indiana Pacers. That was the last time on the 22nd where he really crushed. And we're looking at a similar situation here. 2-point spread. 222.5, very respectable. And once again, it's just a misprice of the line in my opinion. As far as the latest projection for me on Scotty Barnes, very similar to Donovan Mitchell, like I said. Lower 40s, so not quite into the mid-40s like Mitchell, but obviously we're talking about a line that's not at 41.5. It's 37.5, so we still have edge in it. For pick number 2, Scotty Barnes. Pick number 3, I'm going to discuss another guy that I really like in the next game here for you guys. Like I said, we've got 4, so the video is going to be a little bit different than my typical structure of videos, but I've already done the deep dive research on every single one of these guys, obviously. Another fantastic fantasy point producer here in this Minnesota Timberwolves game. It's going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I've loved targeting him all season long. He's taken on the Minnesota Timberwolves, 229 over-under. Once again, a guy that's been producing at a ridiculously high rate. Shai Gilgeous leads all point guards. Better than Luka Doncic, better than De'Aaron Fox, better than Trae Young, better than Damian Lillard, better than Stephen Curry by a pretty wide margin. And when you're producing at a higher rate than Luka Doncic, that's a big deal. 1.59 fantasy points per minute, 32% usage rate. He's playing at about 34.3 minutes per game. And the projected pace in this one, OKC Thunder, 100 projected pace here. That's going to be the 1, 2, 3, 4th fastest game, I believe, on the slate. But it's up here in the green, you can see, which is telling us, fast-paced game. Good one to be targeting. Shai Gilgeous, man. The complete package. The fact that he's producing more than Luka Doncic is something that is worth noting. Luka's typically the top producer at the point guard position like every year. 1.59 fantasy points per minute. 229, and once again a guy, I've got him going out there and getting in the mid-50s. Prizepicks has him set too low, in my opinion. They've got his line set at 50.5. So similar to Donovan Mitchell, who I have in the mid-40s. I have Shai Gilgeous in the mid-50s, and they've got his line set at 49.5. He's gone out there and put up 74 and 50 the last couple times out, and then against Golden State, he put up 66. Portland, much different matchup. They tend to play a little bit slower, 37.6. Shea Gilgeous, another stud with a high usage rate and a great game environment that I think crushes here tonight for us for pick number 3. And then last but not least, could possibly be my favorite play of the day. I really like all these, like I said, but De'Aaron Fox, 118.75 implied total for the Sacramento Kings, taking on the Golden State Warriors. De'Aaron Fox's production, same story, man. Heavy usage guy, 31% usage rate with a 1.35 fantasy point per minute production. That's going to play in a great game environment against the Golden State Warriors with a 100.3 projected pace. That's trailing only that Atlanta Hawks Cleveland Cavaliers game we talked about. You can see all these games have really nice pace. That Raptors Brooklyn Nets game is a little bit mediocre, but like I said, Scotty Barnes is more of a minutes and point per minute production play for me, and just a misprice at that 37.5. De'Aaron Fox, guy that's priced in the mid 40s, I've got him in the upper 40s. So once again, heavy usage rate guy, pace up matchup. We're talking about above a 30% usage rate. He's putting up 29.9 points per game, 6 assists per game. As far as his fantasy point production, I already talked about that 1.35. And he's playing in the mid to upper 30s, 35.6 minutes per game. In this game environment, where they have him priced, it is too low. 44.5. Once again, I've got him going out there and getting 50 plus in this one, pretty much upper 40s. So De'Aaron Fox, going to be pick number 4. I really like every single one of these fantasy score props we just discussed in this video. Golden State giving up above 37 fantasy points per game. They're giving up above 6.5 assists per game to point guards. They're giving up above 6 field goals per game. Everything's lining up here for De'Aaron Fox to really be able to excel in this kind of a matchup and this kind of a pace. And yeah, 4 phenomenal picks for you guys today in today's video that I do really like. Of course, I have all of these plays locked into my own tickets. Only thing is, for full transparency, like I said, the one guy I did get before a bump is Donovan Mitchell. I got Donovan Mitchell at 40.5. Once again, though, being that I do have him projected in the mid-40s, I still love the play. I love all 4 of these guys. Donovan Mitchell, Scotty Barnes, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, De'Aaron Fox over fantasy score. That's all from me in this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Once again, there's going to be a lot more plays for me than just these 4. These are 4 that I do feel really strongly about that are within my tickets, but we've been sweeping 6-mans like crazy. If you want to join the squad over there, like I said, the winner circle's been flooded, which is a fantastic thing to see. Obviously, when everyone else is happy, I'm happy. We're all winning together, as you can see with that big weekend in the NFL. It just continues to roll along. College football winners in the winner circle. We have college football going on, NFL, NBA all at once, so there's so much value to be had in the market right now. It is a great time to join. This time of year tends to be the time everyone gets really excited to join, as they should. I mean, it's the best time of year. We got all these sports going on. There's the most opportunity to attack these props. So we'd love to have you join over there. It's patreon.com/KJK_DFS, link below in the description. Also, leave a like, leave a comment if you enjoyed. It really does help. Thank you for tuning in. Wishing you all the best of luck on your Prizepicks NBA player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.